So there is a similar philosophy behind citizen science and open science, particularly as far as open science publication is concerned. And that is the idea that anyone should be able to find out about the scientific process or contribute to the scientific process. So in citizen science, the idea is that anyone can actually be part of the process in that they are involved in data collection or data analysis, or even in some cases, might actually be involved in even the further stages, helping with publications and things. And on the open science side, it's the following aspects of that, in that once you've published something, once you've published some research, then there should be the idea that the people who contributed to it should be able to actually read it. And so if you had the situation where you had citizen scientists contributing to research that was then published in a journal that they had to pay some huge subscription to actually see, then you've got some kind of incongruity there. And that extends further to just the more general philosophy that science is for everyone, and that people should be able to see the results or the details of results that scientists are telling them. So, for example, one of the kind of bugbears for me, and I know for some other scientists, is that if you read in the news, on BBC Online or something, an article about a scientific result, and there's no link to the paper, so it's very difficult to actually verify that in any way. If you happen to have expert knowledge, even if it's not in that field, but you as a researcher, you understand statistics, or even as many members of the public who understand statistics, and you want to actually go and see, well, is that really significant? Or if you could just click and actually see the details, then that would be a much more advantageous situation than having it hidden behind a paywall. And I think having that culture, or encouraging that culture, where people can see the details of science if they want, and presumably there won't be many people who would click on that link or who would go into looking at the details, but if it's possible, then there would be people, there would be some. And having that culture of transparency, and it being perfectly acceptable to inspect other people's working, I think would benefit not only science, but the public's perception of science, and just the public's understanding of kind of evidence itself. So even in government policy, the idea that you can pose a question and then research it and come up with an answer, and you don't necessarily have to just accept that answer. You should be allowed to see how they came up with that answer. I think that encouraging that in the population is a useful thing. So I think educating the public, or increasing the scientific literacy of the public in terms of getting them involved in science and allowing them to see the products of science through citizen science and open science is a very, very good and very strongly related idea.